I'm gonna prop y'all up on a Abby Jimenez book that I just got from the library. Awesome, look at that. See, look what an inch does. Hi everyone, it's Isabella here, and welcome back to the channel. So here's the thing. I know some of y'all have been asking me for meal prep videos, and that's what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna be so honest with you though. I'm gonna be wildly, brutally honest. When I'm talking about like culinary expertise, if you're looking for something super intricate and aesthetically pleasing, more likely you're not gonna get it here, okay? I'm just gonna keep it real with you. Some of this stuff is pretty simple. Some of this stuff also I'm not gonna fully prep, but I'm gonna get the ingredients ready so it's easier for me to make. I'm going to meal prep my breakfast, I'm gonna meal prep one good lunch, and then I'm gonna meal prep I think 2 different dinners for the entire week. You can feed and nourish your body and like what the fuck you're eating, okay? I promise you. And I'm trying to build an ass, guys. There's not much going on right now, but just you wait. Just you wait. I'm gonna get BBL allegations before you know it, but we have to eat first in order to do that. For this entire menu, this is what we're prepping, okay? Breakfast, we are gonna be doing a 2-egg and potato fry. We have cut up potatoes, onions, and peppers, all right? Dice that shit up real small, and we put it in a bag and we freeze it and prep it good to go. We actually fry that up in the morning. We crack 2 eggs on top, salt and pepper. It is the easiest but yummiest thing ever. And if you leave the yolk a little bit runny, oh, fuck. Now, pro tip, if you want to put Old Bay seasoning on it, you sure fucking can. Literally, I need to buy a wide angle lens. I know, I'm so sorry, guys. I just walked out of the grocery store, and this is what we're starting off with. I should have went to Walmart for this, because this was in total like $6.50. That's fucking insane. First things first, wash your vegetables, all right? Wash everything. We're gonna keep this incredibly easy, okay? I'm not skinning these. Grab a solid knife. First off, start with this. This is the most messy part, all right? You're gonna go in. This is how I like to cut the peppers. I really don't remember. I just got sick and tired of it. You're gonna go from the top and you cut around. I know this is really weird. And then once you hit the point where you cut a full circle, you are gonna now cut all the way down, okay? This is like the easiest way that I can try and remove as much mess as possible. And when you're cutting this, make sure you don't like push all the way in because you're fucking up and you're touching the seeds too much. The goal is to not touch the seeds. Now, do you think I'm doing this perfectly? No. All right, so now that we have our peppers good to go and done, I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna start slicing it thinly like this. Try and get the long ways cut, and then we're gonna go across and cut them into like cubes. Literally, like this is the laziest bitch shit I've ever done, but it's so good. So this is what we're gonna do with the potatoes. Cut this fucker in half, then I cut this fucker in half again. This is just the easiest way that I actually cut the potatoes. So I'm gonna go and the long ways and cut them into cubes, and then we're gonna recut them again like across. Put them back down, start cutting them into like thin cubes, okay? They're gonna end up looking like this. Any way works. You don't want them too thick though, because it's gonna be, if you're trying to move quickly in the morning and cook this and fry this up fast, you don't want them to be thick as hell, especially when they're frozen, because it's gonna take longer to cook. So just keep them kind of thin, and then they get like really crispy when you're making them in the morning, and they taste so good with fried eggs. By the way, we are not done yet. We definitely are needing the onions in here too. I need you to cut the end like this off. The camera did not pick this up, unfortunately. Cut the end off, lay it flat on top of that, and you split it in 2, and then it will help you like peel off the extra parts of your onion. That's just what I did anyways. So now this part, when it comes to cutting your onion, I do like little layers, and I do like really thin slices, and then I go back in and like cut it up a little bit thinner. I just go on the side. I know, I like grip it really weird, but I don't know how else to do it. I really should take cooking classes someday to like see how I can professionally cut this shit, but until then, we are going to, as Plato said, raw dog it. Because you see how we're making all these tiny little pieces of onions? This is perfect because it's gonna add a lot of little flavor, but it's not gonna be like massive thick onions. And again, when we cut them small, it's so much easier for them to cook if you're in a rush versus if you're like, oh shit, I need to go and my onions are thick as fuck, you know? This is not the time for thick vegetables. You understand me? Cool. We're probably not gonna use all of this. However, this is a phenomenal base for your eggs. All right, now make sure to squeeze out as much air as you can. Then If you can, write the date of when you actually froze it. So if it stays too long, you know when it goes bad. All you gotta do, pop it out of the freezer in the morning, get like maybe a cup or so if you want, or less, put it in your pan with some oil in it, bake that for a bit until everything gets soft and crispy. Then you crack your eggs on top, put a lid over, let it softly cook and like fry on the bottom. It's good. It is a mess. When I tell you it's a yummy mess, that's all that matters. So, yep, bon appetit. Okay, this is the easiest shit, I promise you. Next up, we're gonna work on a BLT wrap. This is one of my favorite things to make. So this is all the ingredients you're gonna actually need. I have a lot of shit in the corner, I just clocked that. Sorry. Anyways, so this is all the stuff that you're gonna need, okay? You're gonna need some basic tortillas if you wanna add some extra protein tortillas, okay? These are what I get. If you don't want that, but you wanna like mix it up, you can get some red pepper ones, or you can get some green spinach tortillas as well. All very, very good, all right? Just get a big one and call it a day. I like this one because I get a 12 grams of protein in it, which is really good. Next up, we get very simple, get cherry tomatoes, okay? You don't have to have a big old cherry tomato situation going on. If you wanna pre-cut these up, you absolutely can. I'm gonna do that right now, and I'm gonna pre-cut up a bunch of tomatoes because that's how I'm gonna put in the wrap. I like cherry tomatoes because they're super duper easy, and I get to count out like how many I wanna put in, you know what I mean? I just pre-cut them, so then I just grab a spoon and like scoop them all into my wrap, because I don't want like big slices of tomato, but I like the essence of tomato, you know what I mean? Just a little something, something. If you don't want to do the tomato, just say fuck it, don't do the tomato. You can actually do peppers in here instead. I've done that before, and I also thought it was really good too. It's because I know some of y'all do not fuck with tomatoes. I fuck with tomatoes, but because I love you all and I want to give you a kiss on the lips, I will make sure to let you know that you can also do peppers instead. These fuckers are tedious. There you go. Toss it in a plastic bag or any container, seal it up, put it in the fridge. Next up, lettuce. So what I like to do is I can grab lettuce like this. You can buy shredded, whatever you prefer. To me, I've noticed that the shredded lettuce doesn't actually last as long in the fridge, and I want things to last as long as possible. So I actually grab this. This is just like big ass romaine hearts. I will just literally like cut one of these fuckers in half and put it into my wrap and roll it up like that. Next up, sliced cheese if you want, or shredded cheese. I do sharp cheddar. If you want to kind of mix it up, you can do like Gouda. You could do pepper jack. Pepper jack fucks when it comes to a BLT wrap. But I get one of these slices, I just cut it in half, and I literally like line it down the entire thing. So freaking good. So with making a BLT, these are the two things that I actually put as a base. So I put a little bit of mustard and mayo. If you want to do spicy mustard, that's also a really good one. And I make sure I spread it out really good. The key to getting a really good sandwich and a really good wrap is to also make sure it's hydrated, because some of y'all really fucking hate your sandwiches because the shit's too dry. I've been there, done that. So you gotta make sure that you add little things like this, or something just to add a little moisture, or like the tomatoes, for example, just a little something so it doesn't feel like you're giving the roof of your mouth rug burn. So another thing I like to do to add to my BLT wrap, to add a little extra protein, is ham. So I actually buy this big pack from Aldi. I think it's a really good cheap option. I just add like 2 or 3 slices into there. You don't have to do this at all. I just add this for a little extra protein, because what I've seen, it looks like 6 slices is 10 grams of protein. I do 3, so that's like 5 extra. And then with the actual serving size of this, it's like 21 grams of protein in total with everything. That's pretty fucking good, I'd say. Now we are doing the bacon. Again, I got this from Aldi. This is the thick sliced bacon. There's about 12 servings in each one of these. So I like to actually pre-cook this up, because the thing I hate is taking the time to individually take and drag ass to cook bacon. I don't want to do that. I just want to toss it in a pan all at once, put it in a container with a paper towel and call it a day. So that's what we're gonna do. I also want to say, if you cannot plow through all this bacon at once, but you've pre-cooked it, put it away in the freezer, or if you want, you can cut it up smaller and then use it for like an actual salad in the future, or you can use bacon crumbles on top of that earlier breakfast idea that we had for the next week if you have a bunch of leftovers. So there's another little tip that I've totally done, because you want to make this last as long as possible. Touching meat is not my favorite in the kitchen. All right, I really need to stop acting like a middle school boy with my sense of humor. Laid out my stuff, and now we need to let it fry up. I'm currently on like about high. I'm at like a level 7. There's high, I don't know. I'm like somewhere around there. And I want to crispify the shit out of this, by the way. I want crispy bacon, so it may get potentially like close to burnt. That's fine. While you wait, if you can, grab a paper towel, or if you want to reuse something, get like a cheesecloth, or like a cheap ass bar towel. I'm not kidding. Cheap ass bar towel from Walmart. Put it on there so that way it'll catch all the grease when you're putting it on, and it will hopefully like remove some of it, so it's not like a really bad like oily mess in the container later. Okay, I'm gonna get my face away from that before it gets me. We have the bacon all good to go. I'm just gonna let this cool down fully so that way I don't like wrap it up and potentially track bacteria. I don't know. I saw one TikTok that kind of got me scared. So I'm gonna let this set out and that is it. All you have to do is assemble it super duper easy. Or you can assemble it the night before if you gotta go to work. But I'm telling you, this is one of my favorites. By the way, a couple other things. If you wanna add spicy mustard, you can do that. If you want to not do that at all and you wanna add like maybe a little bit of oil and vinegar, that's another thing that's really good. If you wanna add some avocado slices, that's another way to add a little extra like good fats in your system. Regardless, it's so yummy, it's awesome. Customize it how you want, but a BLT wrap, fucks, it's so good. So now we're moving on to dinner. So what are we making to dinner tonight? Okay, first of all, we're making some chicken enchiladas with the green sauce. Now I'm gonna make this so clear. I'm not gonna claim that this is authentic at all. This is my raw dog and enchiladas. This is not, like, please, I know. This is just how I make it. I actually really wanna learn how to authentically make enchiladas at some point, but this is my like, throw it in, simple, easy, lazy as fuck, okay? So please be nice to me, okay? I know this is not authentic. It just tastes really good and it works, okay? I love you so much. Thank you so much for your understanding. And then next up on the menu, we are gonna have a sheet pan meal, salmon and asparagus. We are preparing the next sheet pan meal, so we're gonna keep this really lazy. First of all, I have some salmon. Let me move that bacon out of the way. I have some salmon from Aldi. We are making 4 meals with this. So this is a big ass Atlantic salmon. Big ass bass. I'm kidding, it's not bass, it's an Atlantic salmon. We are gonna cut this fucker up and we are gonna bake these individually into 4 different slices. We're trying to make sure that we get our vegetables in our system and get some greens in, so we're doing asparagus. I'm gonna be honest, is asparagus like my absolute 100% favorite? Like, and we're also gonna do corn to kind of offset that, all right? Because I really love corn. What I did is I went to Costco. If you're near Costco, I recommend, they have big ass containers of corn. I cut 2 of them into 2, so we have 4 different slices. So between the corn and the asparagus, we're gonna kind of bake everything up really, really nicely. And then the salmon, I'm going to coat with some good ass seasoning, and I'm gonna tell you all exactly what we're gonna do. I'm going in with parchment paper. Again, we're doing the lazy type. I'm gonna get a bowl, just a random bowl, asparagus into said bowl. And then we're gonna put a little bit of seasonings in there. I'm gonna put a little bit of oil in there. It does not matter what kind of oil, by the way. I literally, the cheapest shit you can get, it doesn't matter, it works. And I like to really, really mix it in, give it a good old handy. We're doing a little bit of salt on here and doing, oh my God, there's no fucking way that just happened in 4K. We are having garlic with our asparagus today and pepper. And we're going to give it a good old Midwestern Kansas twirl. What is it, Tornado Valley? It's a category 5 fuck up. That is a lot of garlic. I did fuck that up though, but you know what? We are gonna make it work. It looks lovely. My stomach's gonna hurt like hell later on because that is a lot, that's a fuck ton of garlic. Same thing with that corn. Toss that shit in. You can put butter in here. I'm just gonna do a little bit of oil because like, really. Bon appetit. Now we're gonna take the salmon out. Wow. If there's liquid in there, drain it. Look at this. So we do have some on the outside. I've never done this before. I'm gonna try. You don't wanna do this bullshit, buy the frozen salmon. I decided to be adventurous. You don't have to do that. Yeah, I'm never doing this again. This is what I get for wanting to goof off today.
2 hours later.
Y'all, buy the frozen shit. Fuck this. I've had both. It's gonna taste the same. This is just gonna make you wanna have a good day. I'm gonna get one of these bad boys or use your hand. I've done both. It does not matter at the end of the day. This is so like, I know guys, I apologize. This is a fucking mess. Now we're gonna do a little bit of salt. We're doing this and then we're flipping it over and seasoning it on the actual like pan. A little bit of garlic. I love smoked paprika. You do not have to do smoked paprika. You can do the regular shit, but I love the smokiness of the paprika. So that is what I'm gonna do. And then I do put a little bit of pepper on top. That's just me though. Now we're flipping it upside down and we're gonna re-season it again. Like, I'm really trying to prevent like doing as much dishes as possible. And I'm telling you, look at that. I don't know exactly how long it's going in there, but I like to eyeball it like my mother. Thank you, Michelle. And I will inform you of how long I put the shit in. I'm starting it at 20 minutes, okay? I'll let you know if we need to do it longer. So this is exactly how we're gonna make our lazy as hell enchiladas. You need some green chili enchilada sauce. I grabbed this from my local grocery store, like not too far away. Literally, I just grab whatever works, honestly. If you want red, I have red too. I also grabbed some green chilies. I really like this Walmart brand, diced, really small can, easy as hell. Also, we have corn tortillas. This shit is yummy. Where like, I'm trying to get the restaurant taste as much as possible. So this is how I do it. Queso fresco, this is some good shit. You can get this from most of your grocery stores. I like to crumble it inside of the enchiladas and on top of them. And then a rotisserie chicken. That's kind of where it makes it lazy. You don't have to do that, by the way, if you want. I've done this before where I bought some frozen chicken that after I kind of like let it marinate in some enchilada sauce. I don't know, I just made that work. And then some diced onions. So that's where the other half of that onion kicks in from our meal prep. And there we go. That is also gonna go inside the enchiladas. It just tastes freaking amazing. Then we're gonna take this, I got this from Costco, and I'm gonna be so honest with you, I have been munching on it. Now, fun thing about rotisserie chickens that I like to do is if I buy this as well, I can use all the meat, and then after, I can boil and add some extra vegetables in and make a chicken stock with it, or broth. Which one is it? I don't know. But I do that too, which is also another thing you can have for a base of soups later. It's just to make your meals stretch a little bit longer. And that's just what I love to do because I love using as much of what I buy as physically possible. So you gotta deconstruct your chicken, tear it, like shred it, and start tearing it into your bowl. I like to kind of mush it with my fingers just to make damn sure I don't have any tiny little bones. So as I'm like peeling it, I'm like mushing it. I know that sounds really disgusting, but I'm paranoid because if you swallow a bone or something, like, ugh. And I live alone. Like, I'm not gonna choke on something living by myself. Absolutely not. See, I could have put a really inappropriate joke in there and I didn't. You should be very proud of me. So we're catching up here on the salmon, the asparagus, and the corn. Corn is good, asparagus is good. I'm gonna take that off. I'm gonna leave this on for a little bit longer, okay? So I'm gonna flip it, let it bake for a little bit longer, and we actually should be good with this. All right, we flipped them. Now let's put them in the oven for like 10 more minutes. 8 enchiladas total. I think including beans, this is a pretty hefty amount. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna pop open some of the chilies, this can, and we're gonna mix it all up together. We're gonna put the chilies in this, and it's gonna like really season the inside of it up. I put like a little less than a third of the can in here. I'm just gonna stir it up a little bit. And then with the green chilies, that sauce in there is gonna add to it. We're making this a little spicy, by the way. If you don't like spicy, then I would definitely make sure to look for mild sauces. I like stuff that's got some kick to it. So I'm gonna pull like half of the can of chilies in here. This is how it looks, all right? Looks a little messy. We're making it work though. I put a little bit on the bottom just so it doesn't stick. So I'm popping open the cheese. I'm taking a big size of it and I'm gonna crumble some of that and put it inside because I really want this to be cheesy and be covered like all throughout. I love how this crumbles, by the way. Like, this is such a good cheese. Okay, we've mixed it up. All right, I grab a large spoon and I put a hefty amount, like, you see how this is filled? There we go. We're gonna roll it like this, and then we have to strategically lay that shit down on the bottom so that way hopefully it doesn't pop open. So we have 6 in here total, and then what I'm gonna try and do is I'm gonna try and like slowly drizzle some of this on top, like a spoonful on top of this, and hopefully that should do the trick. Really coat everything as much as you can. And we definitely have enough for the next round. Get more of your queso fresco and you crumble that shit on top. I like doing this, that's just me. I don't really know if I'm doing this correctly. I'm gonna be so honest with you. Bon appetit, I know, right? Since that oven is already preheated, I'm gonna stick these in for like about 10 minutes and that should be good to go. All right, you guys, here are the enchiladas. So I'm gonna put these in my little containers over here and we're gonna be done. I've set up all my containers right over here. So we have the 4 meals this way, and then we're gonna put the enchilada right on over here. You guys, I don't have refried beans on me. Fuck, I thought I bought some. I did, you know what? It's pre-moved, my bad. But if I were to make that, I would probably put some refried beans over here. I'll probably buy some later, you know, for the rest of the week. That's what I would do. Top it with that cheese. You've got it. You're good to go. Well, hi everyone. So I just put the PJs on and I'm done for the night. We got the cooking done. We got the dishes done. And now I'm ready to unwind and watch some Love Island, which, by the way, if any of you are watching Love Island, please comment down below and give me all of your hot thoughts, the tea, all the bullshit. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and, you know, comment down below. Talk to me. I'd love to hear what's up. Let me know if you guys use any of these recipes. these. I think they were pretty good, and I'm so glad that I got all my meal prep done. I'm definitely hoping to do more of these, like probably a couple more like actually intricate ones, because I'm hoping to like try some new things. So hopefully you enjoyed. Let me know if you try anything, and I will see you guys later on. And definitely stay tuned for more content, and I have a bunch of stuff coming up for you guys. Okay, love you. Bye.